is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Southern California is seeing red this baseball season. The Angels' ascension to the top of the baseball world has been admired across the Southland. Televisions are locked in each night to see what incredible feat is next.
And walk-off big fly for Mike Trout.
Inspired by the heroic exploits of Mike Trout, the new face of the game. Honored as Albert Pujols has reached new milestones in a rejuvenated season. Prepared every fifth day for the continued evolution of young ace Garrett Richards. The redone roster has produced a deep and dangerous team with high aspirations. Tonight, red meets blue in the first Freeway Series matchup of the season. Expect a fired-up scene at Dodger Stadium as the rivalry renews with all the usual telltale signs of antagonism. Get your Red On week starts now with the Freeway Series.
Gorgeous shot high above Dodger Stadium. We welcome you to the Freeway Series here on Fox Sports West. And typically the Freeway Series played in May. Now you've talked about two teams with postseason aspirations. Tonight it is game one of this four-game set here at Dodger Stadium. From inside Dodger Stadium, we welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas. And when you talk about both of these teams, there are plenty of stars. But of course, for the Angels, it's Mike Trout. For the Dodgers, it's Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, Victor, this is as good as it gets when you got two of these young stars with the energy they bring to their ball club, what they can do with the bat. Mike Trout, we know what he's been able to do. Over 60 extra base hits this season. He's got the wheels. He's got the power. He's got the big home runs at big time. Two walk-off home runs this season for Trout. You know what he can do with the glove. He can elevate it over the fence. He can cut the angles to make plays. Yasiel Puig, the energy he brings, the power he brings. He can hit home runs. He can hit triples. He will electrify the crowd with his defense. He's got an above-average arm. Great coverage. Back in New York, you think of Mantle and Mays. Here in Los Angeles, you got Puig and Trout.
They are stars among stars. And speaking of which, we got a couple on the mound. Garrett Richards looking for his 12th win. Zach Greinke on the mound for the Dodgers. And we'll talk about that pitching matchup when we return to Dodger Stadium. For the first of the Freeway Series tonight in a marquee matchup on the mound. Garrett Richards for the Angels. Zach Greinke going for the Dodgers.
Yeah, you have two pitchers who have 4 quality pitches to get you out at any given point, whether it's fastball, curveball, slider, or changeup. It's going to be a fantastic matchup. Whoever gets those early runs will probably be the successful pitcher in this game.
Well, we are just about ready for baseball here at Chavez Ravine. Sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. The beginning of this Freeway Series, 2 here at Dodger Stadium, 2 at the Big A on Wednesday and Thursday, and it's always fun with these two teams match up. I don't care what happens in the exhibition at the end of spring training. That's not the Freeway Series. This right here is. Here's the lineup for the Angels, as presented by manager Mike Scioscia. The Angels a game back in the American League West behind the Oakland Athletics, who host the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Cole Calhoun will lead things off at right. Mike Trout is in center. Albert Pujols at first base. Josh Hamilton at left. Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Howie Kendrick at second. David Freese back at third base. Hank Conger gets a start behind the plate. And, of course, in the National League, you've got the pitcher batting ninth. That is Garrett Richards, as they take on the 30-year-old right-hander native of Orlando, Florida. Grew up in Apopka, Florida. His name is Zach Greinke.
And Zach Greinke, former Angel. Fastballs 89-94, slider, curved, changeup. Very good changeup. And Greinke, solid 12-game winner this season. Very good ERA. But to be successful against Greinke, 0-0 counts are good. Opponents in 4-10 in 0-0 counts against Greinke this year. Jump on that first pitch fastball, score early in the game against him also before he settles in. When he settles in, very tough to score against.
Cole Calhoun ready to go, as is Zach Greinke. The Angels continuing their road trip. They lost 2 of 3 to the Baltimore Orioles. Took 2 of 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays. Who's cross country at here tonight to kick off this Freeway Series. The Angels with their victory last night, now 28-25 out on the road. The Dodgers, well, their home record right now doesn't look anything that's great, but it's 29-26. They have played much, much better at home of late. Tonight's first pitch being delivered by the UPS Store. First one tonight from Greinke is down and away. Dodgers 16-7 in their last 23 home games. It's since June 13th to take their overall home record to 29-26. Uribe playing in on the grass at third base. And Calhoun shoots one to left field. Crawford coming in, dives, and that is a trap. Third base umpire Brian Knight making the safe call.
Yeah, he was right out there to make the call right away. Good effort by Crawford A dangerous effort. That ball gets by him. That's going to be a triple. Well, you got a great look there. You see the ball hit the grass before it goes in the glove of Crawford, but still an aggressive play by Carl Crawford.
So Calhoun, who's been pitched away quite a bit on this road trip, takes that fastball away and picks up a leadoff single.
And not just a flare, that was a rocket out to left field.
And it brings up Mike Trout. 303 average, 25 home runs, and 80 runs batted in. 3-hit game yesterday with a double, a couple of singles. Swings the first one and fouls it off.
Like that. Be aggressive. Got a chance of getting a fastball. Like I mentioned, batter's hitting .410 against Greinke on that first pitch of the at-bat, including 6 home runs and 12 RBI in that spot.
Zach, a 12-6 record, a 2.65 ERA. 139 in the third innings, 132 hits, 153 strikeouts for the former Cy Young Award winner. 0-1 upstairs. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Greinke fields his position exceptionally well. Very difficult to steal against also.
It's almost as if he thrives on the defensive side of things, a shortstop pitcher in high school.
Yeah, if you're going to bunt, you have to make a perfect bunt to beat him when he gets off the mound.
Outfield straight around with Trout at the plate. And that is line to left. Crawford coming over, dives. He can't get it. It gets by him. Calhoun was almost at the bag at second. Will score easily. Trout missed the bag at first. Will only end up at second with a double. The Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Now, what we say about scoring early, that's a 19-game hit streak now for Mike Trout in interleague play. Fortunate enough for the Dodgers, Trout missed a base to first base. Otherwise, he's standing at third.
32nd double of the year for Trout. Picks up his 81st run batted in.
Boy, a fastball. How quick he is with his hands. And he's been pitched a lot in with a fastball. And Crawford again trying to dive at the ball. But he misses the base. And Alfredo Griffin pointing to make sure he touches the base, goes back. And he's easily going to be able to cruise in there to second base.
So back-to-back hits allowed by Greinke. 1-0 Angels. Here's Albert Pujols. And he drives onto the alley in left center field. That'll easily bring in Trout. Albert on his way to second. And the Angels, 3 batters into the ballgame, have themselves a 2-0 lead.
And you always got to be ready at any base to maybe take an extra base with Puig with his throw in. Threw that ball wildly into the infield grass. But Pujols, talking about jumping on the first pitch.
Albert with his 26th double, 68th run batted in.
One of those fastballs that run out over the heart of the plate. And quick once again on the very first pitch of the at-bat.
Well, yesterday afternoon in St. Petersburg, Florida, the Angels sent 9 men to the plate, picked up 5 hits and 2 walks, and took a 5-0 lead.
And you got to keep adding on. This Dodger lineup is extremely dangerous. And Greinke, like I mentioned, once he settles in, one of the best in the game.
Hamilton now up. And the first one is in for a strike. He takes the first pitch strike.
Josh has had his troubles against Greinke. 1 for 22.
That is pretty much ownership at this point. Hamilton hitting .288, 7 home runs, 34 RBIs. A 2 for 5 game yesterday. That's a strike.
Back-to-back high fastballs at 93 against Hamilton. Probably looking off speed. Greinke's been successful against him with changeups and curveballs. Josh wanting to hit a ground ball at the very least to the right side of the infield to advance Pujols to third.
It's Eric Ibar on deck. A single by Calhoun, back-to-back doubles by Trout and Pujols. A time is called. A long look in for Greinke. Finally settles on the side. Here's the 0-2. It's a breaking ball. Rolled to first. Adrian Gonzalez has it.
I'm not so sure that's a good pitch for Greinke because he threw two really good fastballs. A slow breaking ball allowed Hamilton to get his hands out in front, hit a ground ball to that right side of the infield to advance ball.
So your point is, hey, I got him at 0-2 with good fastballs. Let me go for the strikeout.
I go upstairs with a fastball. And he's had success against a curveball against him, but with two really good fastballs, he's just in protect mode at that point. You got a better chance of making contact on something slow behind in the count than it would be trying to gear up to a high fastball.
So Pujols advances to third base. The infield in on the left side, halfway in on the right side. Gonzalez and Gordon at first and second respectively. And Eric Ibar at the plate. First one on the way. He backs at that first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. Ibar hitting .274, 6 home runs, 52 runs batted in. It's 23 doubles and 3 triples on the year. Had a 1-for-5 game yesterday.
Well, what a swing for Trout. They're a very good swing for Calhoun, followed by a great one by Pujols.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, after being stymied from the All-Star break through Thursday in Baltimore by very good pitching, the Angels offense had 30 hits in their 3-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays. Come out swinging the bats here tonight. Ibar pulls one to the right side. Albert's coming home. Here comes a throw, and out at the plate is the call. Nice throw by Adrian Gonzalez to A.J. Ellis, 2 outs.
And because the Pujols was running, it allowed Gonzalez to play a little deeper than you would normally see on an infield in to try to cut a runoff at the plate. Ibar pulls it. Albert going on contact. Good throw. And a clear path to the plate allowed by A.J. Ellis. And the tag applied. No disagreement from Mike Scioscia.
And no stress whatsoever by Gonzalez, a fantastic glove man at first base. And realizing you've got a guy like Albert running, I could take my time and set my feet. So 2 outs, Ibar is at first base. Kendrick at the plate.
And one thing Greinke likes to do with somebody with speed at base, he'll step off first, then he'll step off again, and then he'll fire over the first base. So Eric's got to be ready for that move.
Good lead for Ibar at first. First one to Kendrick. In there, first strike. Now we have .286 average. 4 home runs at 47 RBIs after going 2-for-5 yesterday.
Well, he's going first pitch fastball at every single hitter.
In tight. Evens up the count at 1-1. Well, you know eventually he's going to bust out the slow stuff. And he hasn't. We've seen it. And that's usually how he gets hitters off balance.
Yeah, he can throw a 66-mile-an-hour curveball. And a very good slider. Excellent changeup.
Just a little flip over to first base, and Ibar back in safely. Starting to cool down a little bit. A warm, muggy day here in Southern California. Slight little breeze blowing here at Dodger Stadium. And a fantastic crowd for Game 1 of this Freeway Series. 1-1 pitch. Low gets away from Ellis. Ibar will advance on the wild pitch.
It's the 9th wild pitch of the season for Greinke. Hard slider. And that spin in the dirt gets away from A.J. Ellis. Usually very solid behind the plate defensively.
.15 pitches thrown by Greinke. coming off a start in which he got a no decision against the Braves, but had a season-high 13 strikeouts. Kendrick, little tapper to the left side. Hanley Ramirez comes charging in, off balance throw, and he fires it away. Ibar continues to run, and the Angels have a 3-0 lead. Boy, what easily should have been the third out of the inning.
And we've seen that from Hanley. He's struggled defensively this season. Certainly can swing the bat, but defensively, not quite as consistent as he was early in his career. It's a big run, too. And Ibar looking at Gary DiSarcina getting stopped, and then he sees the ball get away. Ibar always aggressive, running the bases, scores the third run in this first inning.
It is an error all the way. No RBI for Kendrick. 11th on the season for Hanley Ramirez, and the 66th for the Dodgers. David Freese takes outside. 7th man to bat here in the first. Freese yesterday 1 for 2, had a couple of sac flies, picked up 2 runs batted in. He's 37 on the year.
Freese 4 for 14 against Greinke in his career.
Evens up the count. It's Manny Gonzalez calling the balls and strikes tonight. Chris Siegel at first base, Jim Reynolds at second, and Brian Knight at third. Top of the first, 3 runs in. And another wild pitch, and Kendrick will advance a second. That's like a hard breaking pitch there.
It's almost like he's trying to overthrow it. Even a cut fastball could be for Greinke. He will throw that pitch also. It's certainly not comfortable on the mound here early on. The overthrown slider. No chance for Ellis to be able to block that one.
Two balls, 1 strike on Freese. Kendrick in scoring position. Outfield straight around still for the Dodgers. And Freese loops one out to shallow right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Kendrick's being waved around. Here comes a throw from Matt Kemp, and it is up the line. It is 4-0 Angels. David Freese with his 38th run batted in. Looks like Greinke talking with Manny Gonzalez about whether or not he touched the plate.
Yes, he slid right by the plate. That's for sure. Challenges the arm of Matt Kemp. I wonder if they're going to try to challenge this play here, the way they keep looking around.
Well, they've shown it a number of times on the video boards here. And that's why you hear the oohs and ahs from the Dodger faithful here.
Another big at bat by David Freese, getting a base hit, and then they challenge Matt Kemp. Check out our angle right here. Yeah, the foot's all over the front, back end of the plate. No question, touch the plate.
I guess the question maybe Greinke's having is whether or not that foot hovered over the plate. But no argument from Don Mattingly as Conger hits one out towards shallow center field. Puig comes racing in. He's there, makes the catch, and this inning is over. The Angels sent 8 men to the plate and score 4 times. We hit to the bottom of the first. Halos on top. Well, the Halos yesterday provided Jared Weaver some run support early. They do the same for Garrett Richards with 4 runs at the top of the first. And we will take a look at manager Don Mattingly's starting 9 for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who sit atop the National League West with a 2.5-game lead at 63-49. D. Gordon will lead things off. He's at second. Yasiel Puig, the All-Star, at center. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Hanley Ramirez, the cleanup hitter, at short. Matt Kemp at right. Carl Crawford at left. Juan Uribe, the third baseman. A.J. Ellis will bat 8th and do the catching. And Zach Greinke batting 9th. He is the pitcher. They take on Richards, looking for his 12th win of the season.
Well, he's 2-0 in his career in interleague play with an ERA 0.95 for Richards, 11-game winner this season. And the keys for Garrett here tonight against the Dodgers: back to basics. Just go out and attack in with your fastball and finish off hitters with that wipeout slider. And pitching is your focus. Don't worry about your at-bats. Think in terms of getting zeros on the mound. Anything at the bat is a bonus for you.
It's a Dodgers team that is second in the National League in batting average. As a team batting .258, they are 4th in runs, 3rd in on-base percentage, and 3rd in slugging. Zach Greinke faced 8 batters at the top of the first. The Dodgers are down 4-0. D. Gordon, the All-Star himself, takes down and in. .294 average for D. A couple of home runs and 26 runs batted in. Has 17 doubles, 10 triples. And boy, oh boy, can he fly.
Always a good idea to keep him off the bases.
Count evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Gordon has made a remarkable transformation from shortstop, where he struggled at the major league level, to second base. It seems as if he continues to get better and better with each passing game, settling in. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And what he's done, especially with the bat this year, it's been more patient. Remember, in the past, he would chase, especially breaking balls, out of the strike zone. He's working counts well, looking for fastballs, and trying to put the ball in play and utilize his speed.
David Freese, a couple of steps on the grass at third base. Pujols in a little bit at first. 2-1, chopper back to the mound. Garrett fires it on to Albert, and there's the first out. Check out the Angels defensively behind Garrett Richards here at Dodger Stadium. Josh Hamilton at left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield consists of David Freese, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols from third to first, and Hank Conger behind the plate.
Hank's such an important part of this defense here tonight, because the Dodgers, they like to try to steal base. 101 stolen bases on the season with leads the majors, and Hank has thrown out 26% of would-be base stealers. And also, when you mix in the fact when Richards on the mound and Hank catching him, ERA 1.46 for the combination of Conger and Richards.
So Richards facing the center fielder Yasiel Puig. First one up and in.
Yeah, this is fun to be able to watch this matchup.
.323 average, which is second in the National League. 13 home runs, 55 runs batted in. 98-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's 1-1.
Well, as a pitcher, and you know somebody as good as Yasiel Puig is at the plate, your focus a little bit more so. You see a little more giddy up on a fastball, a sharper slider. Know what he can do with the bat.
Puig chops it to short. Ibar to the backhand has it. And he spiked Pujols, it looks like, on the heel. 2 outs. Hopefully Albert's all right.
And Albert's going to try to tie those cleats as tight as possible. And he kicked them going by the base.
Never fun getting kicked by a stallion, that's for sure.
No, not. I mean, most times you're thinking as a first baseman, you're reaching out for a throw, so you're thinking your foot's well out of contact on a base. But where he stepped at in the angle he ran in, and he got him on the other foot as he's going by the base. One thing with Yasiel Puig, you always watch everything he does during the course of the game, whether it's in the field, running the bases, swinging the bat.
So 2 outs for Richards, both via the ground ball, and Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman, now up. Takes outside.
Gonzalez a .264 average. He's 15 home runs, 72 RBIs. 28 doubles on the year. And is in for a strike.
At 99. That's a fastball count for Gonzalez. And you can tell by the way he took that pitch. He didn't see it real well.
Check swing. Did not go.
And the pitch before forced Gonzalez to get that bat hit out quicker, and he almost chased that one in the dirt.
Two balls, one strike. That is lifted in the air down the left field line. Long run in for Hamilton. Long run out for Ibar. It's Hamilton making the catch. And Garrett Richards with a 1-2-3 shutdown inning. We'll head to the second. Richards, Calhoun, and Trout coming up for the Angels, up 4-0. Coming up to face Zach Greinke. And we'd like to welcome those watching tonight's game on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We thank you for your service, and we welcome you to tonight's broadcast. Greinke's first one to Richards is outside.
We see Garrett doing that quite a bit. Mike Social likes to see his pitchers take some pitches, although we've seen Garrett in batting practice with some pretty good hacks.
Yeah. Fouls this one at the plate. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. He's 0 for 7 this year. 0 for 9 in his career.
So you're saying he's due?
Just 3 strikeouts.
Yes. So he's putting the ball in play.
Certainly not quite the Clayton Kershaw, Zach Greinke mold as far as hitting pitchers, that's for sure. Breaking ball. Although a little respect there from Greinke with a breaking pitch. 2-1.
That's all you want as a pitcher. The opposing pitcher throwing you a breaking ball.
Got him thinking?
Yes.
2-2.
He's loose now. Now he's going to shorten up that approach and just try to go the other way. He was ahead of the count. Can let it go.
Greinke threw 21 pitches in that first inning, 14 for strikes. 4 runs, but just 2 earned. Big error by Hanley Ramirez kept the inning alive. And a swing and a miss. There's the first down here, the second. First punch out of the night for Zach. Cole Calhoun coming up. He started things off for the Angels with a base hit to left. Scored the first run. Came in batting .280 with 11 home runs and 32 runs batted in. In there for a strike. Again, trying to pitch Calhoun away.
And up. That barely touched the top part of the strike zone.
Greinke pitching his 10th game, 9th start against the Angels in his career. 1-4 record and a 4.10 ERA. That one's in there. 0-2. Four hits allowed by the right-hander in that first. 0-2 on the way. Upstairs.
He can still rush it up there. 94, sometimes 95. When he first came up to the major leagues, he was 92, 97 consistently.
The Angels faced him last year here at Dodger Stadium. That was May 27th. It lasted 4 innings. He gave him 6 runs, 4 earned on 10 hits. This one's lined to left. It's going to hang up for Crawford, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Still a good swing by Calhoun. Hyundai key to the game. Souls of swing. Starting with Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, Josh Hamilton. When you face somebody like Zack Greinke, that big part of your order is important to be able to produce, and it has so far. Double by Trout, double by Pujols. You hear Trout get booed too often, that means you're really good.
Takes a strike. Doubled in the first. 32nd of the year. Picked up his 81st run batted in. Trout at the start of the night. 4th at RBIs in the American League. Now 3 back. Jose Abreu of the White Sox.
Greinke starting to mix in that breaking ball now, that curveball at 72. He's throwing some more sliders.
A swing and a miss. Ellis has to throw down the first to complete the strikeout, and Greinke has his first 1-2-3 inning and his second punch out of the 9. Well, to the bottom of the second. Angels still leading it. Four-game freeway series, 2 here at Dodger Stadium and 2 at the Big A, Wednesday and Thursday. Coming up later in the game, we'll bring you the AT fan photo of the game, but we need your help. Tweet us your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and it could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Garrett Richards had himself a 1-2-3 first, and here the second. He'll face Ramirez, Kemp, and Crawford. 2 ground ball outs and a fly out for Garrett. Hanley Ramirez, the cleanup hitter for the Dodgers. 30 years of age. Free agent to be. .273 average, has 12 home runs and 56 runs batted in. Trout shading Ramirez out to right center field, the opposite way for Ramirez. Cole always deep and right, Hamilton straight up and left.
And he likes to get his arms extended, likes the ball down.
It's up to count. Hanley limited last year to just 86 games due to that right thumb surgery, an injury that he suffered in the World Baseball Classic.
He got hit in the hand again in that Cardinals series. So as a pitcher, you know you got to think in terms you got to run a fastball in at some point during the game.
And Ramirez ahead of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Dodgers here at home have hit .254 compared to the .262 out on the road. And this one's lined to the alley right center field. Base hit. Over to cut it off was Calhoun. Gets it back in quickly. That's a single for Hanley. First base run of the game for the Dodgers.
Well, we saw him even in the freeway series at the begining of the season. He was hitting a lot of baseballs hard that way, both the left center and right center. And after with a 4-seam fastball, and Garrett, when he's up with his fastball, it's not as effective for him. You know, it's an odd thing to say when you're throwing 97 right up. Most hitters will swing through that, but Garrett doesn't have that movement when his fastball is elevated as he does downstairs. It will cut and sink. When it's at the knees, upstairs it straightens out and becomes hittable.
National League Player of the Week for last week. Matt Kemp now up. Starting out at right field. Kemp hit .409 with 5 home runs and 9 RBIs last week. The honors. His overall batting average .285.
Drummond into 12 double plays this season. Garrett has not thrown a first pitch strike yet.
Two down. Conker's going to go out and talk things over. Kemp not wanting to talk about it with John Valentin, one of the assistant hitting coaches for the Dodgers, talking about some of the adjustments they've made to Kemp, the suggestions that they've made to him. They found a stance and finally relented and kind of tweaked that stance, and that's why the numbers started to pick up for him.
Hey, all the information you can get can only be helpful for you. Everyone has pride, whether you're a hitter or a pitcher, but if you get some good information, you can utilize to make yourself better, especially as you progress in your career.
He's had to deal with a number of nagging injuries over the last couple seasons. Now a missed inside, 3-0. And as you pointed out in the first inning, this is a Dodgers team that's just not going to roll over. It is a very good Dodgers team. And you give them an inch, and they will take advantage of it, that's for sure.
They got power, they got speed.
Ramirez with a leadoff single over at first base. Now when it's inside. So a single followed by a 4-pitch walk. 2 on it, nobody out for Carl Crawford.
Now you got to deal with that speed of Crawford.
Richards threw 11 pitches in that first. Crawford, the left fielder, hitting .230. 4 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Pulls the first one off the railing in front of the Angels dugout for strike 1. Ramirez standing at second and Kemp over at first. 5th game that Garrett Richards has pitched against the Dodgers in his career. 3rd start as Crawford shoots with foul.
And Garrett's got to work down in the strike zone. It allows these Dodger hitters to get their arms extended. They're not quite as quick on fastballs in. Certainly not as comfortable on breaking balls down. But anything elevated, they've had some pretty good swings even against Garrett.
As you pointed out, struggling with that first pitch strike. Got one here against Crawford, but I think he's still trying to find that right release point with that fastball. Count remains at 0-2.
Garrett, this getting underneath the baseball, that's elevating the baseball out over the plate and allow Crawford just to try to make contact with that pitch. If it's down with that movement he has, it's going to be a swing and miss.
Foul tipped into the mid, 1 down.
Now that had some serious movement.
I was just going to ask you, what can you do? With breaking pitches we've talked about, you can bounce it and try to get yourself there, but with fastballs, how do you get that pitch down
The
the zone?
key always is the wrist on top of the baseball, and that creates that sinking running action away from a left-handed batter. When you drop your wrist is slightly, that's going to have lateral or movement up in the strike zone, becomes hittable. All about getting on top of the baseball. You hear that terminology with a pitcher. Baseball and hand on top of the baseball to create movement downstairs, whether it's cut action or sink action, especially on your fastball.
3rd baseman Juan Uribe at the plate. And he skies one down the left field line. Towering shot. Josh Hamilton moving over toward the corner. Reaches up, makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
Well, it gets real short down the line here at Dodger Stadium, and Uribe is a mistake hitter, and he got a mistake from Richards. Extremely quick on mistake pitches and almost hooked this one down the line. Got it out as Hamilton ran it down at the wall. Good read by Josh, never took his eye off the baseball, got around the corner and keeps the runners at 1st and 2nd.
You mentioned the short porch. Very symmetrical ballpark. The dimensions here anyway. 330 down both lines. 375 to the power alleys and 395 to straightaway center field. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's A.J. Ellis, the catcher. And he takes downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Ellis hitting 194, 7 doubles, 10 runs batted in. Playing in his 52nd game. Had the last 2 games off, took a foul ball off his leg on Friday. But Don Mattingly giving a breather. A series against the Cubs in the last 2 games.
Well, Mattingly's done a very good job with this club. He's had to deal with some serious personalities also to be successful.
Two-0. 2-1.
Ton of talent on this team, but you have 4 outfielders that want to play. There's only 3 spots. There's no designated hitter in the National League.
Starting to take care of business within the division too. 32-18 against the National League West. Mentioned at the start of the day, a 2.5 game lead over the Giants. 2-1. Up and in. I know at times you've talked about Garrett getting too quick with his delivery.
Yeah, just slow it down. You don't have to worry about being quick on your mechanics. You see the Dodgers with a 2-game lead over San Francisco. Just take your time. Even get a bigger leg kick. They're not going anywhere at this point anyhow, Ramirez or Kemp. Doesn't even matter if they do. You got 2 outs. Your mind is on A.J. Ellis here.
And second walk of the inning loads them up for Zach Greinke. And Mike Butcher is going to come out and pay a visit now.
Certainly not getting any high strikes called by Manny Gonzalez, that's for sure. And it's getting the top of the strike zone.
But again, still upstairs. Not where you'd like for him to be. And in Greinke, you've got a very good hitting pitcher coming to the plate. Mike Butcher trying to slow things down. Eighteen pitches thrown this inning for Garrett. Leadoff single to Ramirez. The walk to Kemp. A strikeout of Crawford. Uribe down into the corner, hit the fly ball for out number 2, and now the walk to Ellis.
Yeah, Greinke's a career .210 hitter with 3 home runs and 9 RBI. So he can hit.
Yep.
You would prefer to have him leading off the next inning so you can spend some energy. A lot of times in certain situations you'll pitch around the number 8 hitter to get to the pitcher. And when you're up 4-0, you have a chance to get through the inning and have the pitcher lead off the next inning. That's what you wanted to try to do.
Greinke with 4 doubles this year, has an RBI. No place to put him. Garrett opting to work from the stretch. 4-0 Angels here in the second. And he swings first pitch. The skies went to right. Cole broke back and now comes in. And the Dodgers will leave them loaded. 2 complete here at Dodger Stadium. The Angels maintaining their 4-0 lead. Four times in the first, still lead it. Mention the standings in the National League West. About the American League West, the Angels a game back of the Oakland Athletics at the start of the night, and the game up at the Coliseum as the Rays leading the A's 1-0. That game is on the top of the third.
When Mike Scioscia says he's not looking up at the scoreboard, doesn't worry about what Oakland's doing, well, he will.
Yep.
But he's all about taking care of business on the field, and so far the Angels have done so through 2 innings here at Dodger Stadium.
I mean, this is fantastic for baseball here in the Southland. You've got the Dodgers in first place, the Angels. It's been a while. They've now put themselves in a position to battle for the American League West. They do have a 7.5 game lead in the wild card. They have the number 1 wild card spot. But you just never know. You got to continue to press that gas pedal for the next 7+ weeks.
I mean, look at the names we're seeing on both sides of the field here with the Dodgers and the Angels. That is star packed as you're going to see as far as lineups. And then we get to see him tomorrow.
Best pitcher in baseball. Pujols, soft liner to short, broke his back. Ramirez has it for the first out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
And it seems like Greinke's starting to settle in a little bit. You don't want to allow that to happen if you're the Angels batters against him.
That is 5 in a row retired by the right-hander since Freese had the RBI single to right. Hamilton fouling off the first pitch. No balls and a strike on the Angels left fielder. Grounded out in the first. Documented his struggles against Greinke in that first inning. Up and in.
In the first inning, he threw 2 fastballs up against him. And he threw that slow curveball that he was able to hit a ground ball to the right side of the infield. So far, slider back door, followed by a fastball up and in.
There's that slow breaking ball. And you see Hamilton trying to pretty much golf that pitch. It's not too often Greinke throw one up in the zone with that breaking pitch.
And that curveball starts at the belt. And it's 71, ends up in the dirt. And one thing about Greinke, it's very difficult as a hitter to settle in on patterns against him. He changes that up almost every single batter.
And Hamilton goes down swinging for out number 2. Third strikeout now for Greinke.
That's why I'm a believer in jumping on that first pitch fastball, because then you got to deal with some excellent secondary pitches. It's a good one right there, going backdoor slider. He will occasionally even throw a split finger fastball as his changeup.
Haven't seen his little lob curveball yet. Seen that one when he was with the Angels in the low to mid 60s. Ibar rolls this one to Hanley Ramirez. And the Angels, for the second consecutive inning, go down in order. We head into the bottom of the third. Top of the order coming up for the Dodgers. They are down 4-0. It's 4-0 Angels, bottom of the third at Dodger Stadium. Top of the order coming up. Mentioned
Mike Scioscia likes this ballpark. He has talked about it a number of times, coming up with the Dodgers, playing here.
And he's done a heck of a job as far as wins in his first stint as a manager. And he is still in his first stint as a big league manager.
A lot of real good ones. There's Tommy.
Yeah.
Chance to talk with him for a while today.
He's the best.
Oh,
the stories are unbelievable.
Yeah, and the energy he still has.
Yep. No question about it.
He's a lot of fun to talk to. Boy, was he successful as a manager for these Dodgers.
D. Gordon at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He bounced one back to Richards in the first inning. Garrett falls behind. And a ball and no strikes. 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Richards worked out of a bases loaded 2-out situation, getting Greinke to fly out to right on 1 pitch.
Well, often we talk about how pitchers, no matter how well you're throwing the baseball, there's always one tough inning. You hope, well, that would be the one inning for Richards that he can settle down now. There's a lot of speed at the plate right here, and a guy's had success against him. Try that one again. Coming in the game, Gordon was 4 for 6 against Richards. Got a ground ball back to him, his first at bat. Now ahead of the count here now, 1-2.
Major league leader in stolen bases with 51. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another pitch that misses upstairs. A full count. Is this a product perhaps of trying to overthrow a little bit?
No question. I mean, you're amped up. You're in a game like this against your rival. For Garrett, he's always had that ability to be able to take that breath and take a step back and get back within his mechanics.
And Gordon chases what would have been ball 4. And there's the first out.
Let's check out the tools of the trade presented by Ram Trucks with Yasiel Puig coming to the plate. Look at the differences between 2 of the stars of this game. Mike Trout, the stride, short through the baseball, compact swing. Then you got Yasiel Puig, very similar stride, a little longer swing, quick bat speed, tremendous power for both. A little different approach, similar stride, but quick hands. Trout shorter through the ball, Puig extremely quick himself.
All right, you said it there, that bat speed for both guys just absolutely ridiculous through that strike zone.
I mean, you see the baseball off the bat, you don't even, it's like it connects and it's gone.
It's a different sound even during batting practice compared to their respective teammates.
And we mentioned a lot of real good teammates too on both sides.
No doubt. Puig grounded out to Ibar in the first inning. She's 0 for 1. Yasiel, last year's second in the National League Rookie of the Year voting. Jose Fernandez, the pitcher for the Marlins, winning the award. But there's no question it was his talent and his energy that he brought to this ballpark and to that clubhouse that propelled the Dodgers last year. Incredible run that they went on. One. Down and away, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, if you're an infielder, you get a ground ball at you, you better get rid of it quickly. Saw that in the first inning. Almost ran right through Albert Pujols' foot.
Certain guys, sorry, Mark, certain guys that if your manager asks you to play in on, that you don't really want to play in on. You don't feel too comfortable. As he foul tips this one, 2-2.
Yeah, you tell Garrett Richards on the mound, hey, mix in a couple more of those hard sliders and have no contact if you can.
That's David Freese saying that, right?
Yes.
Over at the hot corner?
Yes. That would be the legit hot corner at third base here tonight.
Use the big part of the ballpark. Gonzalez on deck. Now the 2-2. Fastball right down the pipe.
Boy,
Down
he
goes Puig.
locked him up after some nasty sliders. And I think that was a great call by Hank Conger. Called the fastball, stayed quiet behind the plate, set his target low, inner half of the plate, and Richards hits the spot at 98. Great job by Hank and Garrett. Boy, this excellent rotation and the sink. When he's downstairs, his fastball is one of the best, if not the best, in baseball. Upstairs, it's hittable. Or
2 outs,
more
nobody on.
hittable, I should say.
Adrian Gonzalez at the plate. First baseman. Swings the first one. Took something off there.
That might have been a slider. 91-mile-an-hour slider.
Just like you used to throw.
From 40 feet, maybe.
And BP?
Yeah.
With the yellow screen in front of you?
Yes.
Gonzalez hit a fly ball to left in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. One and 2. Angels staff ERA 6th in the American League now, 3.73. Dodgers came in with a 4th best National League staff as far as earned run average is concerned at 3.36. Their starters at 3.21.
Yeah, I talked to Weaver today about his outing yesterday. Just said, hey, you talk about mixing and matching. That's what I had to do the entire game, but he made some pitches when he had to.
2-2. The Angels did make a move today as they put Michael Morin, the rookie right-hander, on the 15-day disabled list and activated Colin Cowgill. Morin with a laceration on his foot. Really occurred on Saturday. It's retroactive to August the 1st. 2-2 to Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. Nice block by Conger. Has to throw down to first.
Boy, how filthy is that slider? 87-mile-an-hour slider. You got a very good hitter swinging the bat. He punches out the side. Nasty for Richards. In the first inning, take a look at our Fox vision right here with Howie at second base, reading this base hit by David Freese in the right. Gary DeSar Sr., third base coach, sees that baseball. Matt Kemp, Howie Kendrick cuts that angle of the base and goes towards home. Kemp with a strong throw, 2 outfield assists this season, but he's from right field, not used to that position that throws up the line just enough to allow Howie to score. Back in the day, that might have been a collision at the plate because A.J. Ellis would have been able to be all over that home plate area, and Howie would either have to run through him or to go head first slide around him. More difficult to score on that play.
Kendrick, Freese, and Conger for the Angels here in the 4th against Greinke, who's retired 7 straight. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Howie reached on the error by Hanley Ramirez in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Good career numbers against the Dodgers. 4 hits for the Halos, 1 for the Dodgers. A 2-1 count.
For Howie, he'll take that one. That fastball, that two-seamer had some movement. ran back and got the lower part of the strike zone, but not called.
Kendrick lines one to Hanley, times his lead perfectly. Make that 8 in a row now retired by Greinke. 1 down. Folks, the Angels return home to take on the Dodgers on Wednesday and Thursday for the annual Freeway Series. Both games at 7:05. Don't miss out. The only regular season matchup between these two rivals. Purchase your tickets at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
Yeah, going back to that throw by Matt Kemp, that was a good throw by him, but it went up the line. And he's a center fielder by trade. Has been asked to move to left field and eventually now over more comfortable in the right field. You would think that would be a good position because he does have a strong throwing arm.
David Freese takes a breaking ball down and away. It was Freese's single that brought home Kendrick. 38th RBI for David. This one's hit sharply to Hanley. Low throw, and he fires it away. Gonzalez cannot come up with it. As routine of play as there can be. And that's his second error of the ballgame. 12 on the year now.
And it has been an issue for Hanley. Shortstop position hit well by Freese, but plenty of time to gather himself. Almost too much time. Low throw and gets by Gonzalez off his glove and into the stands. It allows Freese to get into scoring position. And it forces Greinke to throw extra pitches. He's been on a groove for a while now.
Conger saw one pitch in the first inning with a fly ball to center field to end that first. Takes outside. A shift on Conger. Ramirez toward the middle. D. Gordon maybe a step or two out into the outfield grass. And as far as outfield depth, all three guys play somewhat shallow. As Hank hits one to second. D. Gordon has it. 2 outs. Freese advances to third. And Garrett will battle the man at third base.
One thing we see in this game too from Greinke is a wild pitch, so Freese has to be in position just in case Greinke bounces one of his breaking balls. Get a scratch run scored.
Richards a strikeout victim in the second. 3 strikeouts for Greinke. No walks. Chopper over to Gordon. And the Angels are done here in the fourth. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Ramirez, Kevin Crawford coming up for the Dodgers to face Garrett Richards with the Angels leading it.
4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth as Garrett Richards goes back to the mound. And take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind, speaking of Garrett Richards, and what he did against Yasiel Puig his last at bat. Got around a breaking ball. Then goes breaking ball the outside corner to even up the count. Another slider off the outside part of the plate on a 2-1 count. Slider gets Yasiel Puig to swing, and then Puig thinking slider. Garrett Richards freezes him with a fastball at 98 on the inside corner. That's pitching. I think that whole key to that at bat was that 1-0 slider that was borderline on the outside corner or off. Got the call, and then right back into that at bat and finished him off with a fastball.
A 1-2-3 inning in the third. Striking out to side. He has 4 punch-outs, 2 walks. He's allowed 1 hit. That 1 hit to Hanley Ramirez, who will be leading off this bottom of the fourth inning. He'll be followed by Matt Kemp and then Carl Crawford. The game at Oakland now tied at 1. So they're headed to the top of the fourth. Rays and the Athletics kicking off a 3-game series. The other game that's being played currently in a delay is the White Sox hosting the Texas Rangers 5-3 right now. But they are currently in a rain delay. Yankees beat the Tigers, Cleveland over Cincinnati, Baltimore defeated Washington 7-3, and San Francisco defeated the Mets 4-3. Ramirez 1 for 1. A couple of errors defensively. One has come back to haunt, the other has not. That last strike right there, that first pitch to Ramirez, very similar to the pitch that Ramirez shot to the alley at right center. It was cut off by Calhoun to hold Hanley to a single.
I still think that's the zone you have to pitch him in at. He just missed the inside corner. Now, one thing on their Mike Butcher, the Angel pitchers have done well is they'll come right back in with a fastball inside after just missing one the pitch before.
Grounder back to the mound, snagged by Richards. How about that? Looky what I found.
That's why you bring a glove to the mound.
Self-preservation.
Textbook.
Tried to go back in with a fastball, but he got around it. Throws his hand out to protect his face and used the glove. And made it look easy in the end. And a smile.
And breathe. And no matter how easy a ground ball may appear from your vantage point, whether you're in the ballpark, in a broadcast booth, or even at home, it's always seems and appears much quicker when you're on the mound.
The sound off the bat, and when you release a baseball, you're 50 feet away. Or if you're Randy Johnson, you're like 3 feet away.
Kemp bounced off the first pitch. It is 0-1. Kemp will walk in the second. Oh, the big unit.
Won't be long before we see him making his speech in Cooperstown.
.170 career home runs for Matt Kemp. One shy of tying Pedro Guerrero for 5th all-time for the Dodgers. On the corner, 0-2.
Well, that's paint at 98. Boy, now you can go slider or paint a fastball this a little bit further away, but keep it down against Kemp, and you should be able to get him. It's all about setting up a hitter. That's a good miss. Now, if he throws that exact same pitch and he doesn't chase, well, maybe that's the reason why he was player of the week, because that's a nasty slider. He's going right back with it again.
And a swing and a miss, 2 down.
Well, let's take a look at the arsenal, especially a curveball that Richards has. It starts at the belt and ends at the knees, and that forces Gordon to have to deal with the thought of maybe he's coming back with a breaking ball again. Instead, he threw a fastball, and it's already in the glove before he attempts to swing at that. When you throw that hard, you're going to get hitters to expand the zone because they're trying to catch up to that gas.
Very similar to the Adrian Gonzalez at bat. He chased that breaking ball with 2 strikes because you've got to gear up for that fastball, especially when you're in quote-unquote protect mode.
And with movement, that's the thing that makes Richards special.
This one looped out to right field, and it is a 2-out single for Carl Crawford, who is now 1 for 2, struck out in the second. And it's not just about Garrett Richards, it's anybody. I mean, you look at Zach Greinke, you're setting up guys. You get them thinking about certain things.
Exactly. And this breaking ball, this stayed out over the plate, thigh high, sped up the bat of Carl Crawford. And he hits that one in the right field. Now you're dealing with some speed at first. 13 stolen bases in 16 attempts for Crawford. Again, when you're facing Uribe, he's very quick on that first pitch. And he likes hanging breaking balls. He just missed hitting one out. Last at bat on the first pitch, a hanging slider. That's another hanging slider.
Down the left field line and into the corner in foul territory where Hamilton made the grab. 2 pitches, 2 swings by Juan Uribe. Re-signing with the Dodgers, signed a 2-year deal in the offseason. In the dirt, it gets away. Crawford will advance to the wild pitch.
20th of the season for Richards. Overthrown slider, made the adjustment from the pitch before, but this one in the dirt. And the spin off the chest protector because it's a breaking ball in the dirt, different spin, and gets away from Conger.
So Dodgers with a man in scoring position with 2 outs. Uribe with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Outfield straight around. Kendrick a little bit toward the middle. This charge, we're trying to keep Crawford close to the bag. Two balls, 1 strike. This is sharply hit the short. Ibar has it. A little bit of a snow cone there. Low throw. Pujols digs it out. And that is the 3rd out of the bottom of the 4th. We head to the 5th. The Angels at the top of the order coming up 4-0. Event now through September 2nd. Angels baseball is brought to you by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, now through September 2nd. See your Lexus dealer. By Time Warner Cable, enjoy better. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC. By the 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today, we make it easy. And by AT&T Uverse TV, mobilizing your world. Top of the fifth here at Dodger Stadium. The Angels scoring 4 times in the first inning at Zach Greinke, but the Dodger right-hander certainly has settled down rather nicely. They'll be facing the top of the order here. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. Greinke with 3 strikeouts, no walks. 4 hits allowed, all 4 happening in that first. Slow curveball upstairs.
Well, Calhoun has hit the ball real hard both times to left field. One, Crawford caught, the other just in front of him for a base hit. And Greinke continues to pitch him away like we saw in the last road trip between Baltimore and Tampa.
Single to right with a run scored to the first and a fly ball to left for Cole. So a 1-for-2 game. Cuts through the fastball. 2-1. Greinke had a stretch of 8 consecutive batters retired since the Freese RBI single in the first inning. And it would have been 9 had it not been for Hanley's second error of the ballgame, allowing Freese to reach in the 4th. And got the last 2 to finish off the 4th inning. A lot of first pitch fastballs and a lot of early swinging by the Angels in the first. Three balls, 1 strike.
Kind of gone away from that of late. You often wonder why, even though you like the word counts, get to a bullpen, but if you had success early in the count swinging at pitches, just keep it going.
Oh, why offensively you would make the change?
No, I mean, yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
Offensively.
Force him to change, right?
Yes.
Oh, bouncer over to first. Gonzalez will take it himself for the first out here in the 5th. Hey folks, the Angels welcome in the Boston Red Sox for the weekend series beginning on Friday. Purchase your tickets at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. Mike Trout at the plate now. Trout's had himself a 1-for-2 game as well. Doubled in the first and picked up an RBI as well as a run scored.
Coming into the game, a .344 career hitter in interleague play. He's now hitting 19 straight games in interleague play. That's at bat. Greinke got Trout swinging on a slider away so far in this at bat. Start him off with a slow curveball.
Oh, 2 count. Pujols on deck. Greinke's 0-2 on the way. That is up and in.
And it's another thing Greinke does very well. He pitches inside very effectively.
Looked as if Trout thinking about that last at bat where he got him with that slider away, that looking away a little bit. See where Ellis is set up now.
A little more on that fastball at 95. He is definitely a thinker on the mound, Greinke. Every pitch he throws, he's got a purpose behind it. He's definitely calling his own game. A lot of pitchers will rely on a catcher. He's calling his own game.
In the dirt, full count. First round pick, 6th overall in 2002, Kansas City. Pitched with Milwaukee, and then traded to the Angels. 13 starts for the Halos back in 2012. 6-2 mark, 3.53 ERA. Signed a free agent deal prior to last year. This one's ripped and gloved by Uribe for out number 2. That ball was rocketed, and Uribe on his toes snags it for the second out.
I don't think Crawford's going to have that chance to cut that off in left field either. And Uribe's played a solid defense for the Dodgers. He's playing back, and you can't hit a baseball any harder than that for Mike Trout. Good at bat for him, too. Line drive, Uribe with some hops makes the play. And Crawford is the mercy of how far that ball is going to roll around in the corner here at Dodger Stadium.
Terrific play by the Dodger third baseman. Here's Albert. Takes downstairs. So 2 up and 2 down to start this 5th inning. Pujols at the plate, 1 for 2. RBI double in the first. Albert this year in interleague play, a .294 average with 4 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Not much else you can do aside from hitting it over Uribe's head, which he did.
That would have been a lot of fun just to see that go around in the corner. Because you can see at this stadium here, because if you hit that ball that hard, it gets in that corner, that can roll away from Crawford and go towards left center field. As quick as Carl is out in left field, he's not going to be able to cut that one off. He's going to have to play and think in terms of preventing a triple, not stopping a double.
Albert lines one out towards center. Puig is there. And the Angels go down in order for the 3rd time tonight. We hit at the bottom of the 5th. 8-9-1 coming up for the Dodgers. Halos still on top. Folks, this fall, the Ford CIF Southern Section Game of the Week returns to Fox Sports West at Prime Ticket. From week 0 through the playoffs, Southern California's brightest stars compete on the big stage every Friday night. Fox Sports at foxsportswest.com bring you the best of high school football all season long.
Oh, can't wait for that.
Chaminade, right?
Yes, indeed. State champions last year.
A.J. Ellis to lead things off, followed by Zach Greinke and then D. Gordon. Jared Richards, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Ellis has one of those walks. Picked up the walk in the second, and at that point loaded the bases for the Dodgers. So Greinke flied out to end the inning. See the number at the bottom, 270 or better, 3 straight years, down here this year.
He's had some health issues this year, though.
Oh, 2 count, still has managed a .335 on base percentage. Product of Austin Peay University.
Remember them as a pretty good basketball program.
It always seemed like they were
I always got them in my pools. I always got them in my pools.
Way outside, 1-2. This one's out toward right center field, hit pretty well. Trout got a good jump on it. He's near the wall, will make the catch. Ellis putting a charge into that one.
Inner half of the plate. Talk about a short swing. We used to always talk about that with Mike Trout. Ellis had a short swing, just tried to make contact. Garrett Richards provided the power with that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He's able to track it down in front of the wall. And knowing once you, as an outfielder, once you start running back and your cleats hit the dirt, you know where you're getting closer to the wall. Knew he was in position to be able to reach up before colliding into that wall in right center.
Greinke, big rip and a foul ball straight back. And it snowballs in a strike.
And this is when it's important as a pitcher in the National League that you can swing the bat, because you're behind 4-0 in the 5th inning. There's times in which the manager may indeed go to a pinch hitter to try to start a rally, but Greinke is the guy that handles the bat well.
For the most part, Greinke is one of those guys that has worked deeper into ball games. A lot of times, too, because of the fact that he can swing the bat. And he lines this one out to center field. Trout's got a beat on this one. 2 down.
It's a warm day today. You used to be able to have to crush a ball to get out to center field, right center field. I think they're really digging Mike Trout here today at Dodger Stadium.
Well, you got Angel fans out in the bleachers cheering the catch, and then, of course, they get drowned out by the Dodger faithful. And rightfully so in this ballpark. This is their home field. Why not?
This
Nothing
is
wrong
a
with that.
packed house here tonight.
It's awesome. Great atmosphere. It's the way it should be. Two up, 2 down, and here's Dean Gordon. Leadoff man is 0 for 2. Bouncer back to the mound and a strikeout. Angels with 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, have stranded 2 base runners. Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. They've left 4 on base.
10 triples, 51 steals for Gordon. And the reason why he's effective, because he has that ability to bunt, but even squaring around like that forces your corner infielders in. Then he could try to slap the ball by the defenders and utilize his speed.
One and 2. They were just 38 big league games last year. Hit 234, but turned the corner this year. 4th round pick in 2008. Son of a former teammate.
Yeah, Flash. His brother, a 1st round pick. Some serious talent in that family.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Conger again blocks it. Gordon will force Conger to flip it down to Pujols. And a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Richards. We'll head to the 6th inning. The Angels leading it 4-0.
summary presented by Audi. Base hit by Calhoun, followed by a double by Trout, double by Pujols, and then an RBI single going the other way for David Freese, giving Garrett Richards a 4-0 lead. And now all of a sudden getting good, very comfortable with his fastball. Slider's been better, curveball, and his command of his pitches, attacking these Dodger hitters after a tough second inning. Garrett Richards has been dealing for the last 3.
Zack Greinke certainly has been dealing from the second inning on. He's done a nice job, as the Angels have been set down in order 3 times and probably should have been 4 in a row. The error from Hanley Ramirez kind of kept Greinke from doing that.
There were some pretty good swings against Greinke last inning. One by Trout and then by Pujols to center field also.
A lot of hard hits and hard outs for the Angels tonight against their former teammate. Hamilton leading things off and takes up an end. Josh grounded out in the first, struck out in the third. Greinke with 3 punch outs, no walks, and the 4 hits allowed.
Continues to go that fastball up and in. Early in the count against Hamilton, he usually follows it up with something all speed down and away.
Came back inside. 1-1.
Fooled him on that one. One-day key to the game. Sultans of swing. Certainly that middle part of the order successful, but some balance at the bottom part, especially by David Freese, coming through with a clutch hit in the first inning. But need to get some swings together again against Greinke.
Staying in time. 2 balls, 1 strike. Josh starting to, especially over the weekend, swing the bat a little bit better. Even after the hit by pitch on Friday night didn't affect his swing Saturday and Sunday. There's that slow breaking ball. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, he hooked the home run down the right field line at the Trop. A lot of room in right field here for Hamilton tonight. Matt Kemp well off the line in right center field against Hamilton.
Full count. That's the 1 for 24 against Greinke. The 1 a single. 10 strikeouts against the right-hander. Payoff on the way. And that is driven out toward right center field. Matt Kemp moving back on it. He's on the warning track. He's at the wall. Gone! Big fly for Josh Hamilton makes it 5-0 Angels.
Well, that part of the order that the Angels needed to produce tonight. Trout double, Pujols double, and a mammoth home run to right center field by Josh Hamilton. His 8th home run, 3rd on this road trip. People are questioning, when is he going to show the power? Well, he jumped on a changeup there from Greinke, and Greinke knew it. And this is not an easy ballpark to hit out to that part of the field at night here at Dodger Stadium. He sped up his bat. He had good fastball command inside, threw a changeup, a mistake.
First pitch off speed to Ibar, misses outside. Josh picking up his 8th home run, 35th RBI. And Eric pulls one down the right field line, hooking into the seats. Leaving the count at 1-1. Ibar's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. Grounded out to Hanley to end the third. In Oakland, Tampa Bay has taken a 2-1 lead over the A's. That game's in the 5th. Good miss by Butch. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one line to center. Ibar went down and got it.
Pretty good piece of hitting. Pretty good pitch by Greinke. But Ibar went down and got it, hit it over Greinke's head. Now you have that ability with Mike Soshi now to put a potential hit and run on with Howie and his ability to handle the bat and Ibar's speed. Turn over another changeup. and try to do a whole lot with it is where he back up the middle and got it by Greinke. We talked about Greinke. He tries to field everything.
Yep.
Very good fielding pitcher.
Howie takes outside. The 5 runs allowed by Greinke tonight matches a season high. Allowed 5 against Kansas City on June 23rd. All 5 of those, though, against Kansas City were earned. 3 earned tonight. Home run by Josh Hamilton lead off the 6th. One ball, one strike. Hamilton has had all 8 of his home runs on the road. But we are getting closer to home, right? This is Southern California.
Yes.
It's not technically a home.
It's only about 25, 30 miles away, so it's close enough. Starting to enjoy himself. He's starting to drive the baseball again.
Felt for a time there with that sore left knee. Howie lines one to Hanley. He's got it.
Well, there's been some rockets hitting the infield. The Dodgers infielders have called a couple by Ramirez, now 3 by him, and Uribe at third. Almost hooked it by him also.
Kendrick 0 for 3. It's the first out here in the 6th. And David Freese now at the plate. They wanted an appeal. He went around. Chris Siegel rings it up. 0-1.
Or David Freese didn't think he went around on that pitch.
Then again, how many hitters ever think that they go around?
I always feel if they make an attempt, yeah, they went. Oh, the old National League umpires back in the day before there was a separate league. As far as umpires, if you even had thought about swinging, yeah, he went.
This one down toward right center. Quigg got a good jump on it. He will track it down. And he fires it back to first. Ibar back in there.
Never take your eye off Yasiel Puig. Tell you what, if you're a left fielder or right fielder or anything in the alley, you just let him go. Let him make the play.
Conventional is not in his dossier.
No. He wants every baseball hit. So it's a good idea you don't want to run into him.
So 2 outs, Ibar at first, and here's Conger. A fly ball to center and a ground ball to second. 5-0 Angels here in the 6th. Dodgers in the bottom of the inning have 2, 3, and 4 due up against Garrett Richards. Puig, Gonzalez, and Ramirez. One and 80 pitches now thrown by the right-hander.
.50 strikes of the 80 pitches thrown by Greinke.
Two balls, no strikes. Mentioned earlier, the Angels made a move today with Moore going on the disabled list. The Dodgers also made a move today. Chris Perez had some ankle soreness yesterday. Had an MRI, has some bone spurs, loose bodies in that ankle, so he was placed on the 15-day DL. Right-hander Carlos Frias was up in the Dodgers pen. Not loosening, but he was in the big leagues, wearing number 77.
And somebody, Ned Coletti, had said he was going to call up at some point anyhow.
Two balls and a strike on Conger. Well, you get to this point in August, And usually it's the horses that are carrying your ball club, but you also in the back of your mind in that clubhouse are saying, all right, September 1st is right around the corner. You get the reinforcements. That 40-man roster expands.
Gives guys an occasional breather.
Yeah.
Also gives the manager an opportunity to pinch run for certain players, to expand on leads, add another arm or two down in your bullpen to get that one situational lefty, or even if it's a right-handed batter. Some managers like that, those extra players. Some managers do not like that added on roster.
Ibar takes off, and Conger fouls this one up the line.
Alfredo able to make the play on that one.
Eric heads back. He's going to take off anyway. Full count of 2 outs.
And with the number 8 hitter up, you have the pitcher on deck. And Conger has not seen a lot of fastballs in this at bat. That's for sure. A lot of ball speed, even on a 3-1 count. Got one also.
Payoff. Conger takes a called strike 3 right down Broadway, and the inning comes to an end. The Angels do tack on a run on Hamilton's 8th home run of the year. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, Halos now lead at 5-0.
Boy, change up out over the plate. Hamilton jumps on that one to barrel the bat and a long way to right center field.
Stadium, the first of this 4-game freeway series. Hey folks, on Saturday the Angels will be taking on the Red Sox, and that is a 6:05 start. Fans in attendance will receive a drawstring backpack courtesy of Mid-O Tire while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at Angels.com or by visiting the Angel Stadium ticket office.
Fernando Valenzuela jersey.
Two, 3, and 4 for the Dodgers here in the 6th. Puig, Gonzalez, and Ramirez. Richards back out of the mound. 2 hits allowed. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Both of those walks coming back in the 2nd. Yasiel is 0 for 2. Ground ball to short. Strikeout looking. On the note at the bottom there, 6-game hitting streak for Puig. Swings the first one, fouls it back to the right. Yasiel also with 30 doubles. And 9 triples. 9 triples puts him right behind D. Gordon.
he wasn't going to let a fastball go this time after being caught looking at last at bat.
He's 5th in the National League in the doubles category. Chopper to second. 1 out.
And he tried to stay back on that fastball from Richards. A little late on it. Ground ball to second base. He's almost up there. He's guessing along with Garrett. When you try to guess with Richards and he's throwing well, it's a difficult task.
Sir Gonzalez steps to the plate. First baseman tonight, 0 for 2. Fly ball to left and a strikeout. Team leader in home runs for the Dodgers with 15. Product of East Lake High School in Chula Vista.
Richards is throwing 2 sliders to start with.
Well, got to shuffle that around now. Puig in the middle. Ethier got to go over 1. And Crawford in there.
And Van Slyke is in that mix also.
Yeah.
He's put up some pretty good numbers for the Dodgers. They have 5 outfielders for 3 spots.
1 and 2. And a prospect in the minor leagues that's knocking on the door, John
Yeah,
Peterson.
he is a legit star in the making.
We saw him during the exhibition Freeway Series. That's a fun player to watch too.
Yes, yes.
I would imagine many teams called Ned Colletti and asking Peterson out at the plate.
Yeah, the Dodgers in need of a potential starter or some bullpen help.
Well, they've got a fantastic front 3. There's no doubt about that. Kershaw, Greinke, and Ryu. The back end of the rotation has been hampered.
It started off very well with Dan Hare, former Angel, throwing the ball well. Struggled of late. Same thing with Josh Beckett, who threw a no-hitter early in the season.
This one sharply hit. 1 bounce to Kendrick. 2 outs. Dan Hare, who the Angels will see on Wednesday, has had his issues of late. There's Dan, former Angel.
We know he competes as well as anybody. But he's frustrated. He feels he's letting the team down of late. Hasn't been able to go deep into games. That's something he's always prided himself on. Always penciling 200+ innings for Dan Hare, and it's been a struggle for him.
Just lost Paul Mahalam to an ACL tear. He's a guy that was on his back into the rotation help and working out of the pen, but he's done for the year. As we take a look at the rest of the matchups for this Freeway Series, Hector Santiago, Clayton Kershaw, Dan Hare, Matt Shoemaker, Ryu, and Wilson. Thursday, all games right here on Fox Sports West. Hanley takes upstairs for ball 1. That all being said, though, Mark, I would be incredibly surprised if this Dodgers team just doesn't run away with the West.
And they would be the favorites in the National League to represent that league in the Fall Classic, because you have the front of the end rotation and you have this type of power and speed. You can manufacture runs. Now, the one thing Don Mattingly would like to see cleaned up for this club has been their defense, though.
This one's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The San Francisco Giants lost Matt Cain for the rest of the year. He's going to have surgery on his elbow. Clean out the chips and the bone spurs. They will lean on their new acquisition, Jake Beatty.
Throw the ball pretty well for him.
Something, with the waiver wire. Big money contract that may be out there. Somebody tries to trade for him. The 1-2. Chopper to second.
How he was busy.
All 3. 6 complete here, Dodger Stadium. The Angels maintaining a 5-0 lead. Three-way series, the first of 4 overall. 2 here at Dodger Stadium, 2 at the Big A beginning on Wednesday. The Halos striking for 4 runs in the first. Tacked on a run in the 6th, lead at 5-0 as we begin the 7th. Now it's time for the AT&T fan photo of the game. Remember to tweet your photos using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and your photo could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Gilbert Martinez, our selection today.
Angel and Dodger fan. Freeway series.
Love it. Great picture. The other way appreciate it. You see that throughout this ballpark. And you'll see that at the Big A on Wednesday and Thursday as well.
I mean, it's great for baseball fans when you think about how many fans have been coming to games.
Jared Richards perhaps robbed by D. Gordon, and he is. He thought he had himself his first big league hit. And Gordon does a terrific job going to the backhand, 1 down.
And B's done a nice job getting acclimated to that second base position. A shortstop his entire career. Great range. Strong throw to get Richards.
You don't like pitchers sprinting down the line.
No, I casually, once that play's made on you.
Once he picks it?
Yes. And he's got that arm. Yeah, this slowed down a little bit.
He went Bobby Abreu. He was sniffing an infield base hit. Just threw it into a different gear.
Yeah. Bobby was real good at that.
Yeah.
He could motor down that line for a base hit in the infield.
Top of the order, and Cole Calhoun now at the plate. We'll look at a strike. Cole 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored in the first. Crawford almost made a terrific diving catch on it. Short hopped into his glove. And went for a single, and that started the rally for the Angels. Off the old shin guard of Manny Gonzalez, the home plate umpire.
After a couple good swings going the other way, Greinke's changed how his approach is going to be against Calhoun. Got him out last time on a ground ball, the first on something off speed in. That one a 4-seam fastball well off the inside corner again.
One and two. Greinke has done his part. Sure, he gave up 4 runs, 2 earned in that first inning, and the home run in the 6th. He is trying to keep his team in there. The offense is yet to figure it out against Garrett Richards. That fastball sails upstairs.
Boy, and the Angels over the years under Mike Scioscia have flourished in interleague play. And they've done well against the Dodgers all time also. 56-40 all time versus the Dodgers. Very successful under Mike Scioscia, though.
Got him on the outside corner. 2 down.
One of the last at-bats for Mike Trout against Greinke. We'll check out our pitch by pitch. Start him off with a very slow curve in the strike zone. Fastball up and away at 93. Fastball up and in 93. Fastball off the outside corner 95. Little two-seam fastball down, and then eventually a fastball up that Uribe made an outstanding play on at 94. But how quick Trout is, and the adjustment he made in the course of that at-bat against Greinke, even though Greinke made some great pitches against him.
This one's fouled back. He's 1 for 3 tonight.
Boy, and he was on that one too. Wow, was he on that fastball. Can you foresee that slow 68-mile-an-hour curveball right now?
Off the plate to even the count. Five strikeouts for Greinke. And no walks.
He doesn't walk people generally anyhow. Just 29 walks on the season. Nearly 140 innings pitched coming into this game for Greinke. He's always around the strike zone. Always has been.
Popped him up. Right side, Adrian Gonzalez comes racing in. And the Angels are done here in the 7th. 7th inning stretch time here at Dodger Stadium. The Angels with a 5-0 lead.
Let's take a look at our Honda upcoming schedule for tomorrow's game. The starters, Hector Santiago, 3-7, 3.76, taking on Clayton Kershaw. Last 5 games for Hector, though, 3-0 with a 1.71. Kershaw's ERA for the season, 1.71, including 5 complete games. So I'm looking for a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
Scratch out that run or two for the Halo victory tomorrow. It's going to be a battle.
No
Look
doubt.
for 1 or 2 mistakes from Kershaw and capitalize. And Hector, you know the challenge ahead of you, but it's fun when you face a guy like Clayton Kershaw when you're on that mound.
Runaway Cy Young Award winner in the National League right now.
And he missed some chunk of the season at the beginning of the year. And still 5 complete games. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yes, he is. Kemp, Crawford, and Uribe. Here are the 7th. Gets scared Richards. The first one is a little bit high. Kemp, the right fielder, walked in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th.
Backup slider out of the strike zone, and Kemp swung at. And he had a swing and miss on a slider last at bat, a nasty one from Richards. So sometimes as a hitter, you carry that last swing you had against a pitcher to your very next at bat, and that seemed to be the case with Kemp. And carried it again on that hard slider away. That is a razor blade sharp slider from Richards. Ricky had 95 pitches thrown, 7 innings, 5 runs, 3 earned. Maybe done. Actually in the bullpen for the Dodgers.
Called strike 3 and he got him. 1 down. Carlos Frias, the first man up for the Dodgers in that bullpen, called up today.
Boy, what a nasty slider once again. Boy, committed to trying to protect on the slider. This one had more of a straight down break at 87. Expanded the zone, first pitch out of the zone on a slider, and then back-to-back great ones from Richards.
Crawford takes outside. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks for Richards. There's Carlos, making his big league debut when he enters the game. Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach on the left, talking with Zach.
Rick Honeycutt has done a great job with his pitching staff for the Dodgers over the years.
Crawford grounds one to second. Nine in a row retired by Richards. It's the single by Crawford back in the 4th. The 2 outs, Uribe steps to the plate.
86 pitches. A tough 2nd inning. He loaded the bases, got through it. Very solid and economical since that point.
Command was the issue in that 2nd inning, especially with the 2 walks, the only 2 of the game.
Uribe has swung at the first pitch, both at bats. Both at bats got a hanging breaking ball.
So you're saying it's even money here?
Yes.
Lines one just beyond the reach of Howard Kendrick in the right. 2 out single. 3rd hit of the night for Dodgers. And up steps A.J. Ellis.
So if you're Hector Santiago, you're watching this game right now, you know that Uribe is aggressive on the first pitch. You remember that for tomorrow night. It's when you throw a little two-seam or even his changeup first pitch down and away, you might get him to roll over a ground ball to one of your infielders. There's little things you try to pick up during the course of the game when you're pitching that very next night. Even though you're a lefty as compared to a righty, he's still very aggressive.
Ellis 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly ball to deep center. Richards has just thrown his 88th pitch. Game in Oakland between the Rays and the A's. The bottom of the 6th inning. Rays still lead it 2-1. Looks like Oakland has a couple of men on base. Good breaking ball. It's, the game at the Coliseum is Smarja and Cobb. Andre Ethier has come out to the on-deck circle. He will be pinch hitting for that pitcher spot. Here's Andre. Two balls, two strikes. Halos in the eighth have Pujols, Hamilton, and Ibar coming up. Short lead for Uribe at first. Here's the 2-2. Chopper, left side, tough play for David Freese. Cuts in front, off balance throw, and they got him. We head to the eighth here at Dodger Stadium. Angels maintaining that 5-0 lead.
By Jack in the Box, the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers. And by the Sonata Premier event at your Hyundai dealer now through September 2nd.
Top of the eighth here at Dodger Stadium, the opener of the Freeway Series. The Angels with a 5-0 lead. A couple of changes for the Dodgers. A double switch, as a matter of fact. Don Mattingly's put Justin Turner into the game at third base. And much like we've talked about the reserves for the Angels, Crone, Navarro, Green, etc., having done a terrific job for the Halos. Turner's been fantastic for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's fielded well wherever Don Mattingly's put him in the infield. And some very good quality at bats.
This is Carlos Frias making his big league debut. It's our first relief pitcher delivered by the UPS store. Called up before the game today. Native of the Dominican Republic, 24 years of age. And AAA Albuquerque this year, 8-4 record. In 16 games, 15 starts, 91 and 2/3 innings, 114 hits. Struck out 65 and walked 21. 8 seasons in the minor leagues, 40 and 34 in his minor league career. And his first batter in his big league career is Albert Pujols. First one's down low. Greinke, by the way, went 7 innings, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, 5 runs, 3 earned. You wonder if Hanley makes that play in the first inning, how different this ball game is, because it's a 2-0 Angels lead and the Dodgers coming to the plate.
Yeah, especially because at that point it looked like Zach was going to be able to get through the inning and Dodgers would have maintained some sort of momentum, but instead a couple more runs scored and expanded the lead and allowed Garrett Richards to relax a little bit more.
2-0 pitch, Albert. He lines this one to left. Lead off single. 2 for 4 game for Pujols.
Well, you're starting to see some serious swings and sound off the bat for Pujols of late himself. Two-seam fastball down, but went down and got it and squared it up. Now that's a pretty good pitch. I mean, it's that sound off the bat. You're telling me you're getting the barrel of the bat to hit that ball through the hole like that for Pujols.
Oakland has tied it up at the Coliseum. It's 2-2 at the bottom of the 6th. The A's still batting. The Angels a game back of the A's in the West. Alex Cobb done after 5 2/3. 0-1 to Hamilton. This one's skied to center. Puig's got a beat on it. Albert tags from first. He's going to test Puig. Here comes the throw, and it's not.
I like that. I like that what Albert did. You know, earlier we saw Puig throw that ball all the way into first base. It was against Eric Ibar. And Pujols got right back to the base. Noticing that Puig's going back on the baseball. Wasn't in necessarily a very good throwing position. He's backtracking, not in good throwing position, and then challenges him. Get in the scoring position, try to add on late. You remember earlier, Puig said that, don't try to tag up on him at first. Hey, you remember those things when you're in that dugout.
So man in scoring position for Ibar. Eric a 1-for-3 game. A single in the 6th. And the dirt. 92-mile-per-hour fastball. Nice block by Ellis. No action in the Angels' pen. So you figure Richards definitely coming back out for the 8th. And the Angels certainly could use that as far as their bullpen is concerned. Weaver lasting 6 innings yesterday. C.J. Wilson just an inning and a third 2 starts ago. This one's rolled foul.
Boy, just talking to a number of the Angel relievers, they were looking forward to Garrett Richards taking the mound tonight. The thought process that he can go deep into games and give them a little bit of a breather.
Matter of fact, the three games at Tampa, St. Pete, I should say, against the Tampa Bay Rays. Bullpen used quite a bit because of the starters not going very deep. Shoemaker lasted 5 on Friday.
And we was able to get through 6 yesterday.
Then you had the long games, 2 extra inning games in Baltimore prior to that. So as good as that bullpen has been, they could use a day or 2.
And what you want to see eventually from Richards and from Weaver and the 2 of them is, as bullpen guys go down to that bullpen, they look and see who's starting that night. They figure, you know, we might have a chance of getting a breather that night. You need that from a starter or 2 in your rotation, especially as the season progresses here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pujols with the leadoff single here in the 8th. Moved to second on the fly ball by Hamilton to center. Catching Puig off guard. And quite frankly, probably catching a lot of people off guard.
Yeah.
And taking advantage of it. Kendrick on deck.
That being said, a line drive right to Puig at center field for a base hit by Eric Ibar might be a more difficult challenge to try to score on him. Right at him.
I would affirm that decision. And I believe Gary DiSarcina.
Yes.
Everyone else would do the same. Little battle here between Ibar and Frias. This one's skied to right center. Not very deep. 2 outs. Puig waving at Pujols to go to third base or try to go to third.
Albert wasn't all that amused by that either.
So 2 outs, Pujols at second, and Kendrick at the plate.
Always difficult your first time seeing a pitcher. The 97-mile-an-hour fastball away. Get that first swing to have an idea what kind of pitch he's going to throw you. And you make those adjustments at that point if you're Howie.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kendrick's had himself an over 3 game. Reached on the air by Ramirez and eventually scored one of the 2 unearned runs in the first inning. And Kendrick goes down on 3 pitches. And the Angels leave a man in scoring position. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, 9-1-2 for the Dodgers coming up with the Angels leading at 5-0. One of this 4-game set to here at Dodger Stadium. 2 at the Big A on Wednesday and Thursday. The Halos up 5-0 as we begin the bottom of the 8th inning. This week, of course, we're celebrating Get Your Red On Week right here on Fox Sports West. Tomorrow night, the Freeway Series continues from Chavez Ravine with the second game of this 4-game series. That is Kershaw and Santiago. Then get to know some of the top hitters in the Angels franchise history with a debut of Halo hitters following Angels Live. It's all part of Get Your Red On Week right here on Fox Sports West. Garrett Richards at 92 pitches back out to start this 8th inning. 7 innings, 3 hits, all 3 singles. 7 strikeouts and 2 walks. Justin Turner, the third baseman, came on defensively in the top of the inning. Some action at the plate for the first time. .310 average in 71 games. 12 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, and 23 runs batted in. Takes a strike.
And that's been a pitch that's really allowed Garrett to get back in the count, throwing a slider for a strike. That's what's made him special this season.
Fouled off the mask. Hank's all right.
Or square on the mask.
Adam Neville of the trainer is going to come out.
Fastball and foul straight back.
At the side there.
Feel that the jaw, the cheekbone.
Hank's all right, so is the mask. And a 1-2 count on Turner. Turner signing as a free agent back in February prior to spring training. Cal State Fullerton product. Part of the 04 College World Series championship team.
And still pretty firm on a slider at 89. He's maintained his velocity from the first inning through here into the 8th. 96 pitches thrown for Richards.
Ground ball to short. One down.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Richards' ability to get strikeouts, but when he's effective, he's getting ground balls. He's got a lot of ground ball outs of late. Last 3 innings alone, he's gotten 6 ground ball outs and 1 punch out.
There's D. Gordon, the second baseman, hitless tonight. Bouncer back to the mound and a couple of strikeouts. 7 punch outs, 10 ground outs, 5 fly ball outs for Garrett. Mentioned the sellout crowd here at Dodger Stadium, 53,166 tonight.
That's twice now we've seen in this game so far for Gordon, where he's chased a fastball out of the strike zone at 97, trying to gear up to that velocity.
Little chopper toward third. That is going to be a really tough play. Freeze with the bare hand, not going to get him. Infield base hit.
Freeze did everything he could on that baseball. Once that ball was going to stay fair, there's no way you're throwing out D. Gordon. Well played by Freeze. Good throw. Gordon too quick.
So Gordon on board with 1 out. 51 stolen bases for the speedster. Quick tonight 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a punch out. Single by Gordon, the 4th hit for the Dodgers tonight. That's in the dirt. Pops out in front, and Gordon advances on the wild pitch.
The second wild pitch of the game for Richards.
Some movement going on in the Angels bullpen, so you might see some action.
Giving him 21 wild pitches on the season.
2-0. This one line to center.
Off the end of the bat.
2 outs. Gordon will stay at second.
Oh, Trout got that one in quickly. And you want to do that, especially with Gordon and his speed. It's something that Trout has worked on a lot, even during the season. He did it in spring training. Build up arm strength, long tossing, get behind the baseball well. Firm, accurate throws from center field. He's got 3 outfield assists this season, which is a career high.
A lot of conversation between Hank and Garrett here with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. As Gonzalez will bat here. He's 0 for 3. Fly to left, a strikeout, the ground ball to second. One ball, no strikes. Still tied at 2 at the Coliseum. Rays and the Athletics. They ended up calling that game in Chicago with that rain delay. So the White Sox ended up defeating Texas 5-3, final in 7. 1-0 in the dirt. Nice dig by Hank. 2 balls, no strikes. Stick around after the last down. Angels Live post game presented by Southern California, SoCal, I should say, Mazda dealers. Patrick O'Neill, Tim Salmon, Jose Mota will break it all down for you. Two balls, no strikes. This one shot down the left field line, slicing out of play.
Still has the velocity going. That one at 97 miles an hour.
.107 pitches. Here's the 108th. Out at the plate. That got Manny Gonzalez, the home plate umpire.
So Hank hit with a foul ball and Manny Gonzalez hit with a foul ball in this inning.
Richards trying to get through what more than likely is his last batter of the ball game, if he gets the out. Hanley Ramirez on deck. Now the 2-2. Check swing. He went around. Manny Gonzalez brings him up. And that'll do it for the Dodgers here in the 8th. We head to the 9th. The Angels maintaining a 5-0 lead. Series. Here's tonight's Arco top tier play of the game. It goes back to the first inning against Zack Greinke. Mike Trout, a double into the left field corner. Picked up an RBI. As Cole Calhoun scored. Trout, however, missed first base, had to go back. Otherwise, probably ends up at third base with a triple. And he just scored 4 runs in that first inning. 2 earned and 2 unearned. Garrett Richards, 8 innings tonight, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 109 pitches. There's nobody loosening as of yet in the bullpen.
He's looking for his first career major league shutout.
Yeah.
He has 1 complete game. That was an 8-inning complete game.
We'll see what Mike Scioscia decides to do. Frias, who was out there in the 8th inning, is back out for the 9th, facing Freese, Conger, and a pitcher spot. David 1 for 3. An RBI single in the first. Pretty good arm by this young 24-year-old.
Yeah, when you mentioned he had an ERA at 5 in AAA, I'm thinking, how's that possible with this movement at 96, 97?
Little sink piece in on the hands. And listed at 6'4". Pretty good movement, as you said. His whip, walks, hits, divided by innings pitched at AAA, 1.473.
That's hard to believe. We just asked Howie his last at bat. He threw some great pitches to Howie Kendrick.
He threw the ball well at AA, Chattanooga, before the call up to AAA. Had 5 starts at AA. Number found. Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th have Ramirez, Kemp, and Crawford coming up. 2-2. David sharply hit toward the hole, backhanded by Hanley. Plants, throws to first, and a got it.
Well, it's amazing when you don't have necessarily that time to think about your throw, how accurate you can throw the baseball. And Hanley on the backhand, long throw, and a perfect throw to the first base.
Richards has come out to the on-deck circle, so looks like he's going to send him back out.
Most pitches he's thrown in a game this season, 119. Back on June 20th.
Hank looks at a curveball for a strike.
I had a conversation with Garrett about a week or 2 ago for the pregame show, and he talked about, everyone was asking about the innings adding up for him. Velocity goes, as the season progressed at every level he's been at, he's always felt he's gotten stronger and better as the season progresses. Certainly seen that here tonight.
And he's already surpassed, actually he did it in the 2nd inning. His previous high for innings in the big leagues last year, 145. Came into tonight with 144 to third. This one's fouled off.
If you take care of yourself, have a great routine in between starts, and he watches Jerry Weaver a lot in between starts as far as the running and what you have to do to maintain your arm strength and your, above all, your leg strength. That lower part of your body is so important for a pitcher. If you're strong at your core, and that's something that Weaver did a lot this offseason to make sure he has that. The core is strong, chances are your arm is going to stay strong.
Hank pulls one over to D. Gordon. 2 outs. Now in this situation, you're basically just asking Richards go up there, take the old spring training at bats.
Yeah, I mean, he had his good swing, and D. Gordon took that base hit away from him last at bat. Just take. Especially with this movement on the fastball, you get a fastball off the end of the bat. No, I just take.
You don't think Scioscia said take one hack and that's it? Oh, well, that's it. Now that's it. That's it.
And that baseball was towards the end of the bat. Get a little sting on your fingers.
Get a whistle from the dugout,
Yeah.
and the old no mas.
Yeah. Especially a healthy swing like that.
He does not get cheated.
Now, we've seen him hit some home runs in batting practice. Like way out.
And he takes a called strike 3.
Good take there.
No doubt. We head to the bottom of the ninth. The Angels up 5-0.
The bottom of the ninth. And they're in and out, who's in, who's out. John McDonald in at third base for David Freese, who came out, had a solid game, an RBI single. John McDonald very good with the glove at third base.
Darren Richards back out on the mound here for the ninth. And he'll be facing Hanley Ramirez, Matt Camp, and Carl Crawford. 109 pitches so far. You see the to the right there, 119 is his career high. Looking for his first shutout. Angels do have some action, or at least, well, there's movement. I don't know about action.
Where there's movement, there's action.
Yeah, there's some stretching going on by Houston Street.
Always important when as a pitcher, when you get to this ninth inning, you don't try to do anything different. You're going to have the adrenaline going, but you maintain your mechanics and trust your catcher.
Hanley Ramirez 1 for 3, a single back in the second inning. Bouncer back to the mound. That's the one that Richards snagged at the last minute. Fortunately for him. And then a ground ball to Howard. As he swings and fouls the first one back just below us. Ground ball to second base. And they broke his bat. One down.
Well, Howie's been busy at second base. A lot of ground ball action.
3 more games in the Freeway Series tomorrow night right here at Dodger Stadium. Clayton Kershaw, Hector Santiago. That's the pitching matchup. Wednesday, Aaron Shoemaker. Thursday, Ryu and Wilson. All 4 games right here at Fox Sports West. We'll kick things off with Angels Live beginning at 6:30. Matt Kemp coming up. 1 out, nobody on. A walk and 2 strikeouts for Matt. Halos looking for their 67th win of the year. At the very least, remain a game back of the Oakland A's. Oakland currently with a 2-2 tie at the bottom of the 7th, although they have the bases loaded. Sam Fuld at the plate facing Brad Boxberger. As the standings in the American League West. Houston and Seattle idle. Texas lost. Rain shortened game. 1-1 upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike.
This is where Garrett's been able to get back in the counts. Very manageable pitch count. Very solid throughout this whole game. Throwing his slider now.
Sam Fuld, by the way, struck out to end the inning. So they head to the 8th at the Coliseum, still tied at 2. 2-1 to count. That's on the corner, 2-2. Kiger set up inside. Here comes the 2-2. Missed upstairs. Kemp fouls it back. Masterful job by Garrett Richards, especially considering the 2nd inning and the command issues he had in that frame. Swing and a miss. Down goes Kemp. 2 down.
3 punch outs in a game for Kemp. Another slider. Even though it was elevated, it was a sharp slider. Another swing and miss.
9 strikeouts for Garrett. Angels 1 out away from taking the first one of the Freeway Series. Crawford loops one out to shallow left. That will get down for a base hit. Crawford's 2nd base hit of the night.
It was elevated. He was able to punch that into the outfield.
Andre Ethier will pinch hit here. Ethier hitting .243 this year. 92 games, 4 home runs, 37 RBIs as a pinch hitter. 4 for 12 with 5 runs batted in.
Always had pretty good numbers against the Angels. A .325 career hitter.
Crawford will take 2nd on indifference.
Oh, that's a good slider. That's the difference maker this season for Richards, getting back in the counts with his ability to throw his slider for a strike. Now, no matter how good your fastball is, if you can't throw your slider or a curveball for a strike, hitters can gear in on that fastball.
Two and one. Crawford standing at second base. 121 pitches thrown by Garrett. This is grounded to short. This should do it. Ibar has it on the first. Like that baby up as the Angels take the first one against the Dodgers in grand fashion. His first career complete game shutout for Garrett Richards. 5-0 to final.
What a performance by Garrett Richards. Dominant stuff, exactly what Mike Scioscia and all his bullpen mates wanted tonight against an excellent ball club in the Los Angeles Dodgers. First career shutout on the road here at Dodger Stadium. Got some early support. Mike Trout, RBI double, give it a big hug to his roommate. Albert Pujols, big game. Josh Hamilton, home run. But that early support and a 4-run first inning, helped out by an error made by Ramirez, able to hold that one up. 5 hits allowed for Richards. You talk about great stuff. Garrett Richards has great stuff.
Well, he talked a little bit about earlier Garrett Richards and the concern perhaps on innings this year for the youngster. It did not matter today. That's how good he was, as he allowed 5 hits, all 5 singles, had 9 strikeouts, walked 2, and those were both in the second inning, as the Angels used the 4-run first and then the home run by Josh Hamilton to make it stand up against Zach Greinke and the Dodgers, as the Halos pick up the first game of this Freeway Series with the 5-0 shutout. Now they will have their hands full, no question about it, tomorrow night with
another
Kershaw.
Another good arm on the mound for the left side in Kershaw, but Richards, what a performance. Dominant, great stuff once again.
First shutout, he's down on the field with our own Jose Mota. Jose.
Thank you, Victor. A special day for you. Obviously, you talk about bouncing back, leaving things behind, and having the ability to refocus. What was key for you tonight?
Just attacking them. You know, they got a talented lineup over there, but you can't get caught up in the name that's on the back of the jersey. So just go at them, just like I've been doing all year.
It was time. It was time, and as well deserved, so enjoy it. Comes at a very special time for you, of course. First career shutout, first complete game, 9 innings, going strong. And what has allowed you to keep strong and stay in your game with high velocity later in games?
It's the conditioning program that me and TJ Harrington are on, and just trying to start the game and finish the game just as strong. So the guys play great defense behind me. Hank caught a great game behind the plate, and I can't say enough about my teammates, man. They battled for me tonight, and it's a good win here in LA.
Let's talk about LA and the environment, and maybe if you fed off of it or not, knowing this is a big important series, also against the first place ball club. How big was this environment?
I mean, it's huge. We come in here, and obviously we're sharing LA, so we're trying to decide who's the better team this year. But we're confident. We're a good team, and we come out every day trying to win a ball game. We don't get caught up in the hype and whatever. So we're just taking it day by day and game by game.
Garrett, congratulations once again. You made a lot of people wearing red here very proud. Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Garrett Richards and the Angels take ahead here against the Dodgers, and we'll have Angels Live. Tim Salmon and Patrick O'Neill will join us from Dodger Stadium on the field. All presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers right after this.